This is a Pentacon 6. Specifically, this is my Pentacon 6. I have purchased it sight unseen a couple of days ago and yeah, it is gigantic, very heavy and very beaten up by time. The body was made roughly 60 years ago in a country that no longer exists. Thanks, Germany. However, the quality of this machine is quite superb. Even to this day, the metal body is still quite rigid and everything clicks. Pentacon 6 is not rare per se, it's just very odd to come by. It was mass-produced, but because it is a 6x6, which is times bigger than a regular 35 film, you can see why it was not as massive or as common. Despite that, I always wanted to try one. I'm not new to 6x6 shooting, I had bigger cameras before, but this one is just... I always had a warm feeling for it in my heart. Simply because it is a top shooter, so this one has a prism, and if we take it off we can see that the actual focusing screen underneath it, which is a very cool thing. The funny thing is, when you look at it, nothing happens and you need to cock the shutter for the actual mirror to go back. Only then you can focus, which is very odd. The problem with this one is the prism was sold to me as working, huge air quotes on that, but in reality it is not. The dials for it are spinning and they shouldn't, and the whole thing is pretty much dead, sadly. Maybe I'll have time, might look into fixing it at some point, but the batteries are quite rare to find and the focusing glass inside is cracked in half. Kinda hard to see, but just trust me on that one. This thing is cool, it's a mirroring prism and it's nice, but really, it's not gonna do much for me. The body of the camera is only slightly better, to be honest. The speed dials is working, but I'm pretty sure the speeds are dead and I need to test them. The body is grimy and I'm pretty sure the cameras are set for 20 odd years in someone's attic at this point. I do believe it was restored or refurbished, judging by the skin on the back, it doesn't match. But realistically, 60 years, of course, it just needs some tender loving care. I actually wanted to buy one with a waist level finder, but I couldn't find an opening for one on the market, so I choose what I had. But waist level are so much nicer in my personal opinion. It is a tiny shaft-like construction that sits on top instead of the prism. You pop it open and then you have the beautiful view on the focusing glass. Problem is, yeah, they are ridiculously expensive to buy on their own. So what a normal photographer would do? You would buy a Practice 6 too. This is a precursor to the Pentacon 6, so it's even older than the one that I have working, and this one is dead. The cocking mechanism barely moves and the shutter release doesn't relieve anything. So, sorry bud, you're gonna be scrapped for parts. Shaft, specifically. So this is the shaft that I want. It pops open and you can see the focusing screen. Bonus points, this grandpa of a cam actually has a better focusing screen, so you can see a circle in the middle, which is a very nice thing to have. Now, the question is, how difficult do you think it is to transfer one from an older camera to a, air quotes, newer model? It just pops open from the old one, and as you can see, it's actually in a very good condition, leather-wise. The screen I will transfer later, which takes a whole different process to do. But for now, we can put the Practice 6 away, take the Pentagon, slap it on top, and it actually has a different locking mechanism. There is a tiny button on the side that you need to push, and presto bingo, Pentacon 6 with a waist finder. I really like how it works, and as you recall, you need to cock it in order to lower the glass, and now it looks like a real screen. I come from digital cameras and every time I see the screen I have to remind myself that this is not a 8K LCD because it looks so good. It is a fun cam. I'm gonna clean it up and I'm gonna share my adventure with you.